Dear children, I am Ahalya. Today, I have an interesting story from Greek mythology to share with you. Can you ever imagine a world without fire? Oh, how dull, cold, and terrible life would be. No warmth, no chance for cooked, tasty food. Without fire, we should still be eating everything raw and uncooked like the ancient man. Then, how did we get fire? According to the stories told by ancient Greece, there was a time when the world did not have fire. The earth was cold and bitter. People hid in caves and even died of hunger because fire was possessed only by the gods living on Mount Olympus. Then what happened? How did people know the use of fire? That is an interesting story about Prometheus, the great hero who gave the human race the gift of fire and the skill of metal work. Are you curious to know who Prometheus is? Do you want to know what did he do and how did he bring fire to the earth? Come on, let's find out. Prometheus, probably meaning forethought, and Epimetheus, meaning afterthought, were brothers. They were sons of a Titan. Prometheus, according to his name, always thought ahead of time and planned in terms of a week, a month, a year, 100 years, and so on, and concentrated on the future. Epimetheus was quite the opposite of his brother. He always thought of the past, the yesterday, the week before, a year ago, 100 years ago, and so on. Prometheus constantly thought about making the world better than it had been before. When he came down from Mount Olympus to earth one day, he saw people living in bitterness and coldness without fire. If only these people had fire, he thought. People could cook their food. Later, they could learn to make tools and build houses too. That's how the civilization would thrive. Once he started thinking like this, he went boldly to Zeus, the chief of gods, and begged him to give fire to man. I will not. Zeus firmly rejected his plea. Not a spark. Human beings are ignorant and do not need fire, he said. Prometheus felt sad, but he resolved to bring fire to mankind. One day he was walking along the seashore. He found fennels in a place, and when he broke them, he found their hollow centers filled with a dry substance. Immediately he had a flash. He snuggled into Zeus' domain without wasting time, stole a spark from his thundering bolt, and put it into the hollow center of the plants. And while it was still burning, he hurried to the earth. He called the human beings and gifted them the fire and taught them how to use it. From then on, man started using fire initially for warmth and cooking and later for metal work. Today, in the world of science and technology, we have alternate sources of heat, but still we can never think of a life without fire. And the Greeks thank Prometheus for bringing it from the heaven for mankind. Literature celebrates him as a hero, and the word Promethean refers to any person or action boldly creative and definitely original. The story goes that Zeus got angry with him for stealing fire and giving it to mankind without his permission. So he chained him on Mount Olympus and put him to endless torture. Anyhow, it was Hercules, the mortal son of Zeus, who rescued him. And that is another interesting story I shall tell you another day. Hey folks, hope you enjoyed listening to the story. Here are a few questions to test your listening skill. You have just 10 seconds to recall and answer. If you answer more than 8 questions right, your listening is extraordinary and you can pat on your own back. If you answer 5 to 8, your listening is okay, but you have to improve. Below 5 tells you that you need to take care of your listening. Here we go. Name the hero of the story. What did he gift mankind? Who was his brother? What do the names Prometheus and Epimetheus signify? Who is the chief of gods? Where do the gods live? Why did Zeus refuse to give fire? What does the adjective Promethean signify? How did Zeus punish Prometheus? Who is supposed to have rescued him? Now rate your listening skill yourself. Bye bye.